Attention passionate Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Pittsburgh Steelers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Pittsburgh Steelers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. I've got some interesting news coming out of the Steelers camp that could really shake things up in the AFC North. It's not every day that we see the Steelers making moves that could impact their roster and ultimately their Super Bowl aspirations, but this latest signing is definitely noteworthy. The Steelers, always known for their strategic approach to building a team that can contend year after year, just added a new piece to their defensive puzzle, cornerback Mikey Victor. And trust me, this isn't just a filler signing. It's a move that could have long-term implications for the team's defensive depth and versatility. So, who is Mikey Victor, and why is his signing such a big deal for the Steelers? Well, for starters, Victor is a player with a lot of physical traits that coaches love. Standing at 6'2", with a solid 205 pounds, he's got the size you look for in a cornerback, especially in today's NFL where matchups can often come down to physicality and length. But what really sets him apart is his wingspan, an impressive 80 inches, making him a nightmare for receivers trying to get separation. That kind of reach, coupled with his height, gives him the ability to challenge even the most talented wideouts on jump balls, and it's a trait that can be a game-changer in press-man coverage, which is something the Steelers have been emphasizing in their defensive schemes. Now, this signing comes after some recent injuries in the Steelers' secondary, specifically to cornerback Cam McCutcheon, who suffered a hamstring injury during the game against the Jacksonville Jaguars. That injury has created a bit of a depth concern, and the Steelers needed to act quickly to shore up their roster. Enter Mikey Victor, a player who, while still trying to find his footing in the NFL, has shown flashes of promise that could be invaluable down the stretch. Victor was actually part of the Patriots during training camp in his rookie season, and although he was released after preseason, he didn't just fade into obscurity. No, he's been on the radar, having been a finalist for the Aeneas Williams Award during his time at Alabama State, which is given to the best defensive back from an HBCU. That accomplishment alone speaks volumes about his talent and potential. You see, Victor's journey is a testament to perseverance. He spent time trying out with the Steelers back in January, although they didn't sign him then. But the team kept an eye on him, and now with the injury to McCutcheon, they've decided to bring him in, giving him an opportunity to showcase what he can do. This is the kind of chance that many players dream about, coming in at the right moment, especially in a season where every game counts and depth can be the difference between a playoff run and an early exit. One thing to keep in mind is that the Steelers' secondary is dealing with some health issues among their starting cornerbacks, which makes this signing even more strategic. The coaching staff is always looking for players who can step in and perform under pressure, and Victor's physical attributes definitely give him an edge. His length and coverage skills could be exactly what the Steelers need to bolster their pass defense, especially against AFC North rivals who rely heavily on their passing game. Plus, with the team's defensive coordinator, Terrell Austin, known for his aggressive, press-heavy schemes, having a cornerback with Victor's physical profile could allow the Steelers to execute their game plan more effectively. Now, let's talk about what this means for the team moving forward. The Steelers are still in the hunt for a playoff spot, and every addition, no matter how seemingly minor, plays a role in their quest for a Super Bowl. They've built a reputation over the years for drafting and developing players with grit and toughness, and Victor fits right into that mold. His size, wingspan, and coverage ability make him a potential late-round gem or practice squad candidate who could develop into a solid contributor as the season progresses. It's also worth noting that he's got a lot of raw talent. He's a player with a high ceiling, especially if he continues to improve his technique and understanding of NFL-level schemes. Fans should keep an eye on how the coaching staff integrates him into their defensive rotations. Although he's just getting started, the fact that he's already familiar with the team's culture and scheme from his previous tryout suggests he might adapt quickly. The Steelers have a history of turning overlooked players into key contributors, and Victor's physical tools give him a real shot at making a name for himself within this organization. And this signing also sends a message. The Steelers are all in on winning this season. They're not just resting on their laurels or relying solely on their star players. Instead, they're actively seeking out talent, especially in the secondary, to give themselves every possible advantage. That's what makes this move so interesting to fans. It's about depth, about versatility, and about giving the team options to counteract injuries and evolving offensive schemes across the league. Thinking about the bigger picture, the AFC North is one of the most competitive divisions in football, with teams like the Ravens, Bengals, and even the Browns always lurking as tough opponents. The Steelers know they can't afford to be complacent. Every game is a battle, and having a strong, flexible secondary could be the key to closing out tight games, especially late in the season when the stakes are highest. Of course, it's too early to say exactly how much impact Mikey Victor will have, but the fact that the Steelers are willing to give him this shot speaks volumes about his potential. It's also a reflection of the team's overall strategy, continuously seeking ways to improve, to adapt, and to stay competitive in a league where every detail matters. So, this move might seem small on the surface, but for Steelers fans who follow the team closely, it's a sign that the coaching staff is paying attention to the finer points of roster management and is ready to roll the dice if it means giving their defense a boost. Now, looking at the team's current season, the Steelers are sitting in a decent spot, but they know that to make a serious playoff push, they need to tighten up their secondary and limit the big plays. Quarterbacks across the league are more talented than ever, and offensive coordinators are constantly devising new ways to attack defenses. Having a corner with Victor's physical profile and ability to challenge receivers can be a real difference maker. It's about creating those turnovers, breaking up passes, and intimidating opponents. With the team's veteran leadership on defense, like T.J. Watt leading the charge, adding a player like Victor gives the Steelers additional depth and potential. The coaching staff and front office are always looking ahead, thinking about how to build a roster that can not just compete but dominate. They've shown a willingness to take chances on young players and those with high upside, and Victor's signing fits neatly into that philosophy. It's about long-term potential as much as it is about immediate help. If he can develop his skills and learn the NFL game, he could become a key piece for years to come. As we look ahead, the Steelers' schedule remains tough, but with the kind of resilience they're known for, and with moves like this, they're positioning themselves to stay in the mix. Fans should be excited because every new signing, every practice rep, and every game is a step toward their ultimate goal: another shot at the Super Bowl. And even if Mikey Victor's role right now is just as a depth piece, don't underestimate the importance of those roles in the grand scheme of a successful season. And now, Pittsburgh Steelers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this signing? Do you see Mikey Victor making a significant impact this season? Are you optimistic about how this move might help the secondary and the team overall? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion really matters to us and to the Steelers. Remember, football is a team sport, and every voice counts in this passionate community. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, more analysis, and all the latest news from the Black and Gold. So stay tuned, keep supporting your team, and let's keep this conversation going. Thanks for sticking with me, and as always, go Steelers.